Hey, everybody.
Hey, happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, guys. Welcome to the Connected Corner. I'm your girl, Tori Rose, and
I am your girl, Kiana B, and we are happy. That's a P, not a B. Anyway, we're happy to be.
happy to be. So we are happy to be here with you guys on the Connected Corner. It is Fat Tuesday. It's the first day of Women's History Month. We want to just shout out all the dynamic women we know who are out here doing the darn thing. Congratulations, ladies. Gentlemen, y'all got to step up. You're going to have to put your metal to the pedal, put your foot in the goods or whatever they call, but you want to step up because the women are out here shining and showing. And we have an amazing, dynamic woman tonight. But before we introduce who she is, I want to give a shout out to our previous guest. I mean, we've been talking relationships. Last week, we talked about how to just overcome that war in your mind. If you guys missed last week's show, please go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the Connected Corner. Make sure you are following us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook. How about you, Key? What's been your favorite, if you have one? I know we all like bits and pieces of all of the previous shows, but do you have like a favorite moment thus far that sticks out?
Wow. I will say I probably have a little too. Of course, the show where Dr. Bishop, Greg Davis, and just I think he probably helped the ladies a lot. Like I said before, we're following and just a lot of the tips there on how to deal. I think sometimes as women, we know we need to walk away from a relationship, or even men, you need to walk away from something. You know it's not serving you well. And so I think just getting that information, one, to help us how to do that and just those tips. And then last week with Miss Jocelyn, I
Yeah.
mean, we got the relationship stuff, we got a little counseling, a little therapy in there. I mean,
Mhm.
just everything to really help us kind of, make those transitions in the relationship. So it doesn't matter what relationship we have, is what she touched on. They all start with us, right?
Most
So we
certainly.
got to work on the us part of
Mhm.
it, no matter what, right? Going
Yep.
in, coming out, you got to work on you. So,
Most certainly, most certainly. And I think you're right. I mean, those are definitely highlights for me. If anybody's like, what are they talking about? We're talking about last week's show, the week before, and the week before. Hey, Carly. Oh, this is gonna be fun, honey. We're gonna be talking about sex and
let's
relations
talk
and
about sex,
relationships.
baby.
Let's talk about
Let's talk
sex,
about
baby. So we don't want to further delay. I think we always give a shout out to our mentor and coach. So let's go ahead and do that, Kiana B.
Yes, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Diamond K over at Radio on Fire TV. And you can get entertainment news, real news, noon, morning, noonday, night over on Radio on Fire. So make sure you guys are following, subscribing to him as well. And you can also find the Connected Corner on his platform as well. So, hey.
Hey there, awesome. And so if you guys are watching, wherever you're watching from, drop a comment. Let us know if you're on Facebook, if you're on internet, obviously, duh. If you're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, however you've gotten connected with our show, we want to know. We want to hear from you. Wherever you're tuning in, if you're watching it on the replay, let us know. And so for anybody that's watching us live, type sex in the comments. We want to see that. Not because we want to see you having sex, of course not, but we want to take away the taboo and the cringiness that comes along with this topic. We're all adults, people out here doing it. The population is growing every year. So why not learn about putting the relations back in relationships and talking about your self-esteem?
Yes. And so we're going to be doing that with none other than Yolanda Blondie, but we're going to call her Yummy tonight.
Mhm.
And so just reading the bio, understand we're talking about this is, and I thought about that. So you said Women's History Month. And this is a phenomenal woman. You're talking about women's history, just who she is, what she's done. I know we're going to be talking about this topic tonight, but don't miss or get it twisted. This is an educated, esteemed woman who graduated with honors. She only not one, but two master's degrees, okay, in communication and public administration. And so I thought the communication was great because we're going to be talking about communication tonight, right? And it's going to be needed in this topic. And so she's an emerging sexpert. She is a concierge for the Bedroom Candy Boutique. and is dedicated to promoting amazing sexual health options. Okay, we're going to talk about body positivity for mature adults with any lifestyle. And so we want to bring her forward without further ado. Let's put your virtual hands together. Let's give a hand clap. Let's give a shout. And the Connector Corner, welcome to Miss Yummy. Hey.
Y'all know I'm about to cut the okay. Okay. Hey ladies, hey Paul in the building.
Yes,
Yes,
we are excited to have you.
West Coast, Mid Coast. I love all my family, and they all here tonight. I thank you all for coming in, tuning in, seeing these beautiful ladies. Please subscribe. Please follow them because they have some amazing chats, some amazing podcasts. So thank you, ladies, for having me on tonight because I could cut the up tonight. We gonna have some fun. We in pink tonight, ladies.
I know, we coordinated. Who knew? Right? That is so amazing.
Really cute.
Right. This is Women's History here, right? How we're connected, how we're in tune, that we all are wearing pink. And we promise we did not plan this, okay?
Oh my God, no, we didn't.
We did not plan it. But
awesome.
Hey, it's Women's History Month.
Amazing, always. These ladies here I've known for decades, okay? So, I'm awesome and happy to support you both because you are, a pillar for our community. So thank you so much for keeping it through and running things and doing things. So hello.
Y'all see, y'all already got a taste, right? It's we're about to have some fun. Make sure you comment, make sure you participate. We're just going to get started. Just talking about what you're doing, and we're going to make sure that we get the information in here for you guys later so you can connect with Yummy. But we want to start with, we're talking about sex, and so we're going to have a little fun and play with it. But how would you describe a healthy sexual relationship? So we got to put the relation back in, the relationship. But what's a healthy sexual relationship?
A healthy sexual relationship starts with communication. Communication is key for your partner and for you. Know everything about your partner. So you can tell when something is wrong. You can tell when they're having a good day. You can tell when you may not need to have a physical connection. It may just need to be a mental connection. A rubbing on the back, a washing of the hair. You know what I mean? These things, rubbing lotion on your partner. All of this is still considered intimacy without being intimate. So get into it. Know your partner. Know who you're dealing with on a daily basis. Because you're going to keep them running home. I gotta get home. So, I think that's key. That's the number one thing is communication. Learn your partner. Folks.
I love that. Who doesn't want to know that their person is running home to them? That's sexy all in itself. Like, who doesn't want that feeling? That's a yummy feeling.
Yes, you be like, I gotta get home. I got work to do.
Listen, and ladies, if you are working from home, put a timer on your phone, on your computer. If Boo Thing gets home at 5, you stop working at 4.
Absolutely.
Get yourself spruced up. And I don't care who's going to say, I can't believe Tori said this. It's Women's History Month and she wants us to act like it's 1940. No, I want you to act like you washed your butt, you put something on your lips, and you keeping the spice of life in your household. Because the reality is, who don't want their person to run home to them? Like you said that, it made my whole everything just.
Absolutely. Now, before we go any further, I hope everyone that knows me, I hope you got your mocktail or cocktail. Because every time we say sex, I'm going to need you to take a sippy poo in the building today. Okay? Get your cocktail, mocktail, water tail, whatever it is. Every time we say sex, I'm going to need you to pull that thing out and take a sip. Because everybody know that's how I do it. Okay? We're going to have some fun tonight. We different. We run
I love that. So we want to talk about different parts of, you talked about communication. I honestly didn't think that's where you were going to go. And I love that because that's the bedrock, right? The core. What about people who have a healthy sex life, sex drive, healthy sex drive, but they don't have a healthy sex life because they're single? what tips could you give those people for like dating? Like, how do you leave your penis in the car? Do you leave your vajayjay in the house? What do you do?
Well, first, I'm gonna start off here. As I've gotten to get into this whole sescapade, escapade, everything, I've learned some people don't even know what it looked like down there. So can we start with you taking a mirror and taking a look at your thing and your situation before we have sex, ding, 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 to make sure it looked like you would want to screw you. Okay? Make sure it look like it makes some sense. We don't got a wild kingdom down there. This is for males and females, because believe it or not, my biggest target audience are men. I get more questions than conversation from the males, men who want to have answers. So make sure first and foremost, you know what you look like, and we keep in that situation cute and mute. And we also know how to please ourselves. Women, it's okay. Get a toy. I have toys. Get a toy. You don't got to be addicted to the toy, but please know how to please yourself in bed before we step outside and want some mate to please us. Men, know how you know where your areas are. Know what your erogenous zones are. Know what your love language is. Get to know you before you step outside that door and expect someone to get to know you. Because if you don't know what your love language is, you don't know what parts of your body feel good, how do you think somebody else gonna come in there and jump in there and just get to know you?
That's exactly right. And you don't know you. So okay, I've done that. I got my toy. I know what rhythm and stroke and movement gets me where I need to go. My breathing. I'm in rhythm with myself. Do I bring that to the dating table? At what point in dating do we talk sex?
Your comfort level. In the time of COVID, I've noticed that some men will say, "How you doing? You look pretty. What color is your nipples?" Wait a minute, sir. We didn't even get to we didn't even get outside the door. Can you get so bring it where you feel comfortable. Unless you've already sized this person up and this is what you're going to do on the side, then that's what you're going to do on the side. But in the grand scheme of things, if this is your future mate, you're going to have to hold tight just a little bit. Give it a week or two at least. I don't know the timetable, but can we know their last name and at least the address before we jump in? It is okay. Just say, you know what, before we go here, can I get your name and address?
Can I get your name and number? What's your name and number before?
Get your name and address at least so I know who to call in case I need to call somebody.
Okay.
So, I just think that's key, because some of us don't even think about that. You'd be like, dang. They'd be like, well, what's the dude's name? Oh, I think his name is John Henry. John Henry, before you have sex, ding, 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 drink, drink. Before you have sex, make sure you know the person where they live. The last name, just know something, please.
Look.
But that's your own timetable. You know where you are with things.
Look, you might even need to know the social. My mama told me that was just information. It was basic questions you asked. I might ask you, I don't know, I don't believe. Can you pull out your driver's license? You say you're from here. Let me see it. I've taken pictures of IDs and different things, and take the picture of the license, do something. So send it to your girlfriends or somebody so they can find you later. You know what I mean?
I know that me and my best friend, we keep our locators on when we going out because she know where we at. Okay, and I let them know she know me. I'm loved. Don't try it. You're gonna get hurt if you hurt me. So we gotta make sure people know where we at in case we gotta go find somebody.
So y'all got that. So when you out here dating, you're single, okay? Mm-hmm. When you bring it in, you need to get their name and number first. Okay. Have a buddy system, have your best friend, somebody know your location. Absolutely. Some tips. And we bring you news and resources you could use now for your relationships and your sex-esteem.
And make keep in mind, this comes for the men and the women.
Yes.
Because there are some crazy ass women. This is male and female for safety purposes. Because to some men, I've heard stories where they thought she was okay till she wasn't. And they like, how the hell I'm gonna get out of here?
Until she put that ladder at the window and came up and showed up at the job.
Where you going? You got your PlayStation with you because you ain't going nowhere. Right. You know, you want people to know where you at.
Okay. Lock you in. I had a friend that said somebody did that. They invited the woman over, and they the woman locked them in. Literally locked him in, had cooked dinner, locked the door, put all the locks in the door. I was like, oh my gosh, like how did you get out? Like it was, I mean, and was scared. And this ain't a little man, you know, he was, you know, trainer. And I just could not believe it, you know, because we're not like that. Don't mean it's not people out here like that, ladies. It's people.
That's all I'm saying. You know, is like I said, majority of my clientele bases are men. I have heard it all, and it's like, did that really happen? Oh my God, you know. But you don't think about it. But women, we can be way too daggone aggressive. Okay, we know we want you some sex, ding, 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 ding. But can we at least let the man go?
Right, let him go home afterwards. So what about those singles? Because I heard we talked about, you know, if you are out here dating, you know, and you're trying to figure things out, what about those singles? So they got the toy, they're gonna make sure they get the information. But what if you're trying to be chased? How do you date and you really don't want to go there? So we know you can be intimate without the physical, but like, how you gonna do that? You going on this date, you going out, you know it's kind of been a minute, but I really don't want to go there. Like, what should I do before I go on a date?
You know what? Make sure that you're engaging in conversation with him. Remember, you want to stimulate this and this before we get to this, kinda. So make sure that you have something to talk about. Make sure the conversation is something that y'all want to carry on at dinner. You know, do some fun things. You know, just spice it up when you just meet them. You know, my thing is, I want you to go out and date other ladies because at the end of the day, I want me to be your forefront. You be like, dang, I'm on this date, but I wonder what Tori up to. I wonder what Kiana doing. You know what I mean? You can. I want.
Well, they be wondering.
Yeah. So there it is. So you know, if you engage here, a woman can get it. You know, anybody can get it. But when you engage here and here, game set match right there. They can go. Let them go on as many dates as they want to because I'm still in your head and I'm in your heart. So you're not gonna be able to get me out your body. That's it,
baby. Down to your bones, like my titi used to say. Down so this culture has shifted a little bit, and you know, I think COVID. You brought up COVID earlier, and the man just getting straight to let me see, are they pink or they brown? You know, which is I've had someone ask me that. You know, I had a guy tell me at a bar before. He said, "I can't see what color your lips are under that lipstick, so I can't tell what color your nipples are." I said, "Well, you would never be able to tell anything about your nipples are." You know, so that was just how, you know, me. When I'm uncomfortable, I'm a shoot back.
I know you very well. The conversation was over.
Baby. Okay. But the culture has shifted a little bit. You know, we got Match.com and different people doing love matches virtually. And then this evolving culture of the sneaky link. So what if I really just only want to have sex? That's it. But
make it clear.
Male or female, only want to have sex, but they keep wanting a relationship. How do you reach those conversations?
Then you know what? You guys are not matched. Point blank, period. And you're going to have to walk away from that. We all have had a situation where the person wanted more than we wanted. You have to be strong enough to walk away because that's not your sneaky link. That's someone that you're going to come back to and want a relationship and pray to God that they're available, you know. But be honest and be open that this is what I want. I want to enjoy you. I spend time with you. But right now, where I'm at in my life, I want to kind of explore some other things. And I understand where you are. So I'm letting you know up front, this is where I'm at. So, you know, you can either continue to rock with me on this journey, which some of them still try because they really like you. But you letting them know up front, this is as far as it's going to get, is where we are right now. You have to be upfront about that because that person knows, but they think they're going to change you, but they're not. especially if we've made men and women, especially if we put you in that category, that's where you're going to be. That's where you're going to be.
How it start, how it end. That's what I say. But I'm just laughing. Miss Thelma, well, not Miss Thelma, but Erica is on here under her mama name. She wanted to make sure that she got up in here. And Erica, let us know. We know you under your mama name. Hi, Miss Thelma, acting as Erica. But let us know where you're watching from, because we just know that Erica is on here, the Connect the Corner tonight under her mama name. She is, we're gonna use that. She didn't using the mama name because she didn't know what's going on. She gonna ask the questions under her mama name. Go ahead, Erica. I thought that was so funny. I just needed to share that. You guys, hey, make sure you're joining the conversation. Put your comments. We're loving the comments. Thank you for the energy tonight. And then make sure, if you haven't subscribed to the Connected Corner, if you're watching from YouTube, go ahead up and hit that subscribe button and hit the little ding ding bell so you get notified, so when we go live, so you can get more of this great content that we're bringing you, okay, on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I just, we're talking about, this is just great information. Let me just know. So y'all might act like y'all didn't need it, but I know for those, I remember when you ain't going in and out those relationships, if you're going through divorce, I remember the first time I was out of my long-term relationship, and my sister-in-law cousin, some of y'all was like, girl, you're not ready. I was like, whatever. I'm single. And much of what you said, the scene had changed, and I was going out, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. They do that now? Like, you could just, I wasn't ready, so I had to come back in the house a little bit, and I had to be chaperoned out. Okay.
Oh, not chaperoned.
I had to be chaperoned out. And so just make sure y'all getting this great information, because we do need these tips on, dating and sex and when and how and all that great stuff. So one of the things that you touched on, like, again, you can have intimacy without being physical and that sort of thing, and knowing what it is. If, Tori said, if you just want what is it, sneaky link? I've heard that before. I never knew quite what it was. People they don't like to give me, my kids don't like to give me the definition.
They never do.
Yeah, they never want to define the things for me, but now I know what it is. But what about, when we're talking about relationships, and mainly whether it's opposites, same, but can two people attracted to each other have a platonic relationship? Like, how hard is that when you get in the energy and the vibe for the person? How hard do we think that is?
I think it's very hard. I think it's very hard to just be friends when you have such a strong energy towards each other. That's just my personal opinion. I think that unless, there is a huge barrier, I would say, like, the person's married, or you're in a relationship and you understand and respect that, and you respect everything that encompasses, then maybe possibly. But a lot of times when you both have strong energy towards each other, it's very difficult to maintain a platonic relationship. That's just my opinion, of course. Yummy's opinion. So that's up to you, because you're going to have some ding, 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 sex in the building. So because of that, you're going to get that one moment where both of you are single, and somebody's going to be like, what, we ain't never tried this. Let's try it. Come on. And then it's going to be a nightmare sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, because some people do end up marrying their best friend. But what happens when it becomes a nightmare? But this is the person you went to talk to about you. This is the one you talked to about where, you need help with the money, or this is the one you talked about everything with. So now you done messed up the best friend relationship. And now the sex was trash. So what do you do? You know what I mean? So, we got to put our big boy panties, little panties. Put big boy boxer shorts on, and our big girl panties, and be like, you know what? We're not going to be able to do this, because I value, which I have a friend, I value the friendship. It's too much to go any further than where we are. And we cool.
I love it. So and I've had men say to me, women are definitely more sexually motivated. And of course, we look at them and say, no, it's y'all. I personally believe a woman knows within the first conversation if she's going to sleep with you or not. It doesn't mean that we act on it. It just means that we know. But I think men, from the first sight, know if they want to sleep with you or not, right? So that's how I think. I think women is conversation, men it's the physical. But what do you think? Who is more sexually motivated? Is it
Well, let me
women or
backtrack
is it
for a
men?
second. The reason that I even got into this whole spiel of things is because of my mama. My mother's passed on. She just recently passed. But prior to her passing, and she was going through radiation, she was really beside herself because she couldn't please her mate. This is a conversation that, I mean, we were in tears about because we as women, I really believe we are the aggressor. The men, they originally portrayed themselves as the aggressor, but she was aggressive with her mate. She loved being part of that lifestyle with her husband. So not being able to please her husband was devastating to me. So that's when I started getting into, okay, there's other ways to have intimacy and not be intimate because some reason you may have surgeries, premenopausal, menopausal, men go through changes. I mean, it's a gamut of issues that may go on that we have to learn how to be pleasing to our mate without actually the physical pieces of it. And as women, we tend to be the aggressor. We tend to be like, laying it on the bed. You know what time it is. You know what I mean? So, I in my opinion, I think that we need to also understand, like I said from the beginning, of communication and understand when, so he'll know, okay, she gonna want something tonight when I get home. I already know what she gonna do. And understand that that's a part of our bodies. That's a part of our chemistry. Because once you're one with your mate, you already know it's going to be, it's always surprising to me that relationships, some people have sex once a month. Some people have sex once every two. I'm like, you ain't mad. You got this fine brother. You got this gorgeous, and y'all laying in the bed doing what? What are y'all doing at night? What is going? No sex. Ding, 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 ding. No sex in the building. Why? Why? Oh, because you mad. Okay, well, you mad and he gonna be mad with somebody else. So what you doing? What we doing here? Get it together, make it work, because eventually you gonna say, oh my God, girl, he cheated. Well, honey, he cheated because every time y'all laid in the bed, y'all did missionary every night. Or he cheated because you wasn't open to pulling out some candy coated cards or pulling out a toy and putting it on a cock ring. Change it up. Do some fun stuff because I hear so many women.
Wait. Pause for a second. You said a cock ring. Explain that to us and everybody who might be like, "What's she say?"
Well, we have a ring that's also it's a cock ring. This is a cock ring, and we have a vibrator that we put underneath of it. And what it is it brings pleasure to both the male and the female. Use it.
How much they run? I heard through a friend they was like $20 or something. How much they run?
This was got $20 because it's candy coated, but this
how much they run?
What?
70. Oh, that's the good one. So
this
you
is the good one because see, it can get real big. See, are you
because you had them cheap ones, and they don't. You don't want the cheap ones.
This big.
Oh, wait a minute. I was like, let me stop talking. I started talking. I was like, wait a minute, I should stop.
Right. So it fit on your arm. Okay, so this is what I know, and I said the $20 from a friend because a friend had
a friend
$20 didn't work. Didn't work. But what I understand is you're gonna get what you pay for.
Absolutely.
So it's quality. You just stretch that thing out. Okay.
Absolutely. And the thing about it is, the reason I even got into this is because LaDawn, and you guys all know LaDawn, she's on your radio station. That's my girl. She had asked me 4 years ago to get into this, and I wasn't ready to get into it at the time, but I really did buy the product, and I love the products because I didn't want to go into anything I didn't support. So with that, I wanted to make sure it was a good product. So I love all the products, honestly. And if it doesn't I don't like it, I have a sponsor that I say, girl, what you think about that? Because I ain't used that, but what you think? And she'll say, oh, I call her Lady T, but she's in Baltimore. And I'll say, well, what do you think? She'll be like, girl, don't get that. I ain't really like it. So I'm going to be honest with you about everything and anything because I want you to be your best self, period, male and female. So bring these things into the bedroom, bring toys, do oral pleasure, just do it. Just try it. Why is everything so taboo? Why are we making it seem like a 69 is, oh my gosh, he says 69. I cannot do that. Wash your ass and get on top. Do some things that's fun. It may not work for you, but try some new stuff. Gone is the day of we not acting like we can't talk about these things. Back in the day, I wish I had a mommy that, even though I had an amazing mom, she wasn't open about talking about that till we became grown. And by that time, we got kids. Talk to your kids about all of this so they're in the know about what to do and what not to do. It's important because you want them to be healthy and take care of some things.
Mm-hmm. So we had a comment from Carly says some men get offended when you try to introduce toys. They feel like you're saying they can't satisfy you on their own. Has anyone else experienced that? Have you experienced, audience? We want to hear from you. Hey, men, if you're on here, if you say, hey, I'm cool with it, I like having fun and experience things with my ladies, let us know. If you don't, let us know. But we're going to hear from Yummy. What do you think in reference to that? I know you said a lot of men reach out to you. Is that something that you
A
found a lot
lot
of
of men reach
offended?
out to me, and I'm gonna tell you something. In this day and age, especially when we've had COVID, they ready to try any damn thing. Okay, they are ready to try anything. Stop it. If they know that you kinky like that, they're gonna be like, "Why you use that?" At the end of the day, they've been in the house, they've been bench pressing. They look like they ready to fight everybody because they got all this built up. So let's get real here. They really it's you who don't want to talk about these toys. They don't want to talk about bringing anything, cards. They don't want to talk about oral sex. We got cards that you can show for oral pleasure, and you showing different ways to promote, oral sex. And I mean, dang, look at this. All these cards. Come on now. They got all different types of fun things that you can do with your mate to promote positive sexual experiences so they
Yeah,
can belong to you.
I
that's a
like the
good point.
suggestions. I like
Your
those cards.
relationships.
That's a good point. I just wanted to add really quickly to Carly. I had a guy like that years and years ago. I mean, years and years ago. And this was before we started using all of these terms like divine masculine energy. Right now, today, I understand that's what he lacked. He lacked that tuned in ability to get to know himself, his divine masculine energy. So,
Mhm,
a man that is secure with themselves,
mhm.
it
Absolutely.
don't matter if you bring this to the bedroom, right? But this is what he's equipped with. Guess he is so confident in what God gave him that even though you bought this, you might have fun with this.
Mhm.
He know how to use this to make your living.
Mm, that's
And
right.
so I just wanted to throw that out because I struggled with my own sexuality with this person and I dated him for 3 years. And it was like, what is wrong with me? Or every time we go to talk about spicing it up. And years later, literally within the last 3 years, he reached out to me via social media and he shared that he was sexually assaulted as a child. So
Okay, so
there was
he
an
has trauma.
underlying root to why
Okay,
we
he
couldn't
has some trauma.
bring. He had
Mhm,
some trauma. And now, am I
mhm,
saying every man that's against toys has trauma? I'm not saying that. But I
mhm.
am saying that if you go back to Yummy's first um, piece of advice, communication, and really get to the root of why is that thing weird to him, you may
Mhm.
be surprised what you uncover, and y'all could work through that together. And then, baby, he'll
Yes,
design the swings for you. Okay?
absolutely. And you know what? Yummy is my alter ego name. And the ones who know me, Yummy is nutritious and delicious, baby. And I always encourage people to do an alter ego name, male and female male. I mean, he might be want to be King Ding Dong, baby. You can't King Ding Dong. I mean, that's something y'all play between each other. Keep it spicy. You keep in relations here. So that's something between you guys. You know what I mean? Just to have each other conversating amongst each other about something fun. Daddy, you home? You know what I mean? You just spicing it up, doing some fun things. And I always, when I do my orders and stuff, I always put through the alter ego name because I want you to address yourself with me as your alter ego name. Now, I done had some crazy ass alter ego names, like Scarlet, and I mean, it's some wild ones out there. But
Yeah, I had to write that down. I need to think about
you
mine.
gotta think about, you gotta pull it up in your inner and just be like, oh, I think I'm a red fire tonight. I mean, you're just figuring it out. But I realized that with all your accolades that you can have and everything that you put together, the fun side needs to be brought out. And I've realized so many women want to act like they have it all together, but we going home to empty beds at night.
Look, we doing the rock, right. I definitely agree with that. I mean, this is just, again, phenomenal information, great information, you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for engaging with us on this topic. And we're glad that it's being so well received because, like we said, people do act like, oh my goodness, why are you talking about it? I like how you said, even having a great relationship with your parents. I felt that way too. It was like, okay, well, now we want to talk about something after we already have an issue or after we're already trying to figure out something. And so I made it not taboo. And
Right.
like people will look at me and say, you say what to your kids? I say
Mm-hmm.
whatever I need to say at the level where they are. If they 5, we're going to talk about it on the 5-year-old level. If it's 7,
Mm-hmm.
because my children are all young adults now. But when they were matriculated middle school and high school, that's when the little girls was on videos and behind the
Absolutely.
bleachers. You weren't gonna have my daughter on no video. So we're gonna talk about what that is. We're gonna say all the names. We're gonna say if he asks you to do here, blow, this, this is all the things they mean. Because we had that talk in 7th grade, and I said, "What you think oral sex is?" And I won't embarrass us too much, but she said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Well, let's not play dumb. What is oral? Well, what you talking about it? No, girl, he gonna be talking about you. If you do this and end up on this video." And so you have to be honest and talk about it and be open with your kids and stop making it like it's taboo or wrong or bad, because you're going to give them complexes about, like you said, just whether it's their body or whether something is wrong, or even if they have different sexual appetites. That stuff doesn't start when you are grown. You start having urges and feeling a certain way when you're young. So if you're making them feel like that feeling is wrong, then you're perpetuating having like that complex, and so I know you support the sexual health and body positivity, but that also starts, if your parents also starting with your kids when they're young.
And it's true, because I know that the reason I have body confidence, and sometimes I'm like, girl, damn well you can't fit your leg. I'ma still try put my leg in there. You know what I mean? I'ma try, still couldn't, I'ma see. But at the end of the day, my mother never told us, oh, you too fat, or you can't wear that, or it doesn't look right. And I'm so blessed to have I was blessed to have an amazing mother, because I know so many parents, so many mothers would be like, oh, you too fat in that. My mother never did that to us at all. I mean, we were so fortunate. And I see so many women getting body work done, which whatever makes you happy. But if you're not happy here, you're going to keep getting body work done, because all you see is this whole nother image of yourself. And, I want you to be happy in whatever skin you decide to be in, but be happy in it. Whatever size you're comfortable with, whatever that may be, because at the end of the day, you have to be comfortable inside, make sure your health is right. Because some of the largest people have the best health, and some of the smallest people are the most sick. You don't know what's going on. I think everyone has something that they wish they could change about themselves. Oh, if I just had this leg a little smaller, I mean, you're going to always, I don't care if you have had body work done, but you have to be confident, because you're about to show this to your mate. This person is going to look at you sick, clean, dirty, all of that. You're going to be pooping in the bathroom. They going to come in and brush their teeth. I mean, you're going to see them in the rarest form, especially when you have sex, because it always trips me out when they be like, turn the light on. What? Oh my God, you're going to see everything. You're going to see everything. Oh my God, turn the light on. Turn it off. We are not having sex. Ding, 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 until you turn that light off. Because you cannot see my stomach. You cannot see my butt. You can't. I mean, who cares? He ain't looking at that, and she ain't looking at that. We looking at one thing, in game.
Yeah, it amazes me even sometimes men who, like want to turn the light out. And so sometimes for me, it's like, well, you don't want me to look at you, or you don't want to look at me. Why we need to turn the light out? Like, I'm confused. What's happening? Because you'll find women like them, like, what's the problem? We can't have the light on. Like, who not trying to look at who? Who not trying to see what? So I want to shout out Gwenay. Thank you, Gwenay Johnson, for joining us. We said Gwenay is reminding us. I think we missed a sex word, and she had to remind us. She was like,
thank you.
So she is definitely here for the fun. okay,
You
for the
know, we gotta
shenanigans
get these
tonight.
sex words, ding, 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 in the build that. I don't even know how many
Right.
we
So
have.
y'all watch the comments, because if we miss it, when they gonna let you know bottoms up, okay?
Thank you,
So
sis. Thank you.
I'm trying to miss some of them because I'm gonna have to pee, and then it's gonna be. I'm drinking water. This is not- But no, I mean, you've touched so many good points. I just want to remind everybody, if you have not subscribed to our channel, go to youtube.com. Make sure you type in The Connected Corner, hit that bell, hit subscribe. Make sure you are getting these news and resources you can use. But it's funny that you talked about the light thing, because the heaviest I've ever been is 230 pounds. And now people be like, well, that ain't big. Well, it's big when you're 5'4", right? And to the point where my family was looking at me like, what happened? You know,
I didn't recognize her that year Thanksgiving.
Oh Lord, see, now she telling.
I was like,
Get her.
what's the girl over
Get
there?
her.
My sister was like, I said, where? Who?
Oh, she talking.
I can say it now. I said it after the fact.
But the crazy thing is, during that same period, I became engaged, and my ex-fiance loved my fat rolls.
I mean,
it. Loved it. And we were trying to do, things the right way. And we were being chasing and, trying to abstain from sex and all of that. But the intimacy of just being in the bed with this person who loves you, right? Who finds a crease under your second and third flap.
You love that.
The love flap. He would get up in the love flap. Don't have to pee, honey. Don't have to go nowhere, because you can't move. And I would feel so guilty, like, "Dad, wake up, because I gotta go bathroom." But he under the love flap. And what that said to me was that it did not matter, even in that moment when we were not being physically intimate, we had to find other ways to be intimate, loving each other, trust games, and all of these other things. Because after we've had stressful days at work, and he's had stressful days, and we both had children from previous relationships, and then you come and you lay in the bed next to all this 230, and then it's still poking in the right directions, right? And you getting up under the love flap, but we're not having sex. And so that was tough. And it would not have lasted as long as it lasted if we didn't have those other levels of intimacy that you talked about. So I just wanted to shout you out that.
I agree totally. It's important to have that intimate connection. I mean, just watching movies together, just conversations, getting dressed up sexy. I mean, we have a Young Miami tour, give him the remote, you put it in your panties, and then y'all out, he buzzing you half to death, and you bedtime, brother. Come on, King Kong, ding dong. I mean, you know what I'm saying. But bottom line is that you are definitely having fun. It's okay to have fun doing intimacy. You know what? And the thing is, say you with someone you just had sex, you get ready to have sex, and you want to say and try to do something new. Try it. Oh well, it didn't work out. He might not. Oh well. Try something different. Get a new position. Change it up. It's okay. He gonna come right back. He gonna be
so we've been talking about the difference, like a lot of touching on a lot of the different topics, sex and intimacy. And so, this may be a silly question based on some of the things that we talked about, but two things I'll say, like, what's most important? Is it sex or intimacy? And what's most important? And I know that might be an individual thing. So hey, you guys drop your comments, and while we hear from Yummy, and Grenade has let us know sex. I am the only one who's drunk in here. So Grenade is drinking. She is making sure. Look. So what is and I'm about to say it again. I said Gwen. I'm saying Grenade name it. And now it's in there. What is more important to you, sex or intimacy? And we want to hear from the audience too. Drop your answers in. But Yummy,
I believe intimacy beyond sex, because as I touched on with my mother, and the fact that she wasn't able to be physically sexual, learning ways to be intimate without being intimate is important, because we're going to get older. And it's going to be certain things that you're going to gravitate to that you miss so much about your partner. And it won't be sexual. It really won't. It's going to be, I love when we watch TV Oh, I love when we used to take the walk in the beach. Oh, I love when we would go on the walks in the park. Or I would love when we would do picnics out. Or I love when we would go to the movies. Or we just sat and had our one-on-one conversations every week. Or we would take our little drives. The intimacy part is key. Forget the sex, because you're going to have that. But when you get unable to have sex, the intimacy is going to be the one thing that keeps them stable. But I mean,
Mm.
beg to differ, but that's just my opinion. And of course, I promote sex and so many great things, but intimacy, you have to start learn your love languages. Know what your partner's love language is. Know what their erogenous zones, where they like to be touched at, hugged at. I'm gonna tell you, I'm a hugger. I hug my kids. I know they be, sometimes I'll be like, bring it in. My son be like, oh Jesus Christ, she always got bring it in. Like I'm like, bring it in, because I know he's physical touch, and I can feel his energy and where he's at in that energy. I'm big on energy, so I can feel like you just. And before we conversate, I'll be like, "Can you get a hug first?" And then we talk, because I want to know that I need to gauge where you are. Are you feeling good today? Are you in a bad mood today? I need to know that. And you have to know these things. Even kids have a love language.
That's
Even
right.
children.
And I want to shout out Carly. I'm much like you. Intimacy is much more important to me. And it doesn't always have to be no long, drawn out situation, but I'm not a robot and I don't expect you to be. It's not like 3, 2, 1 action. And so Carly says, if we lack intimacy, it's harder for me to get ready for sex. Can't have one without the other in a healthy relationship. I agree with you. And I love that intimacy can be something that transcends beyond sexual relationships. So, Yummy, you just explained like you have an intimate relationship with your son, right?
Right.
Getting to know someone's love language and how to meet them where they are. That's a very intimate thing. Do you think that there are times when, especially for those of us doing COVID and things like that, where we're rushing to give certain levels of intimacy, sex, or benefit away? Like, should we be doing everything with people who aren't our husbands or wives? Or are there certain like reserved things for husbands and wives, those benefits?
I have certain things reserved for that me. Everybody can't get all of me. I'm sorry. You can't. It's certain things that I want to reserve just for that special someone. And some people may get mad at that. But this is something, and I'll say that. Okay, I'm sorry. This is reserved for my exclusive. The exclusive got the key, and that's it, because you won't be here. Once I'm exclusive, and I have these chats with my daughter. This is an open dialogue. Everybody can't get everything, sweet pea. They just can't. You gotta reserve something for the box. And men do it too. They don't do everything with you. Certain way, they ain't taking you everywhere. They gonna take you to TGIF, but they gonna take her to Ruth Chris. See, boom, pow. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, make sure that you holding something back too when it's time for sex. Ding, ding, ding. When it's time for you to have sex, hold back something if you feel that's where you are. Make sure that you're both on the same level though. If you're exclusive with this person, then you're both exclusive. That means you're getting off of social media, both of you collectively, and you're engaging in this relationship. If one of you have one foot out, then go ahead and be out. But make sure we both know that you're out. Like, I don't want to be all in and you out somewhere, because then that's not fair to me. You were holding me hostage when I could have been continuing my dating pool and you might not have been exclusive. There it is.
Okay. If you out, let me know you out. What Tori says all the time, I don't do hot and cold, one for that. Look, what is it? We on, we off, we in, we out. And I think that's a lot of times where we just got to know to let it go. And, I had to have a conversation with someone that was like, oh, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Nah, bro, absence make me forget you there, out of sight, out of mind with me, bro.
And it definitely took me out when women and this is a side note I just thought about, because someone and I had a conversation about this. Some women love the foreplay. They love, ticking, licking up. Ladies, they can't do all of that all the time. I mean, you only got one job. You only got a vagina. Y'all can keep that wet for a long time. Get some lubricants. I got you. Men, they got to keep it hard and going. So all of that, they might go to sleep. Come on, it's but so much intimacy, ladies. When it's time to be that foreplay, come on, get maybe a one, two, three, not no 10. You know, he tired. He done fell asleep on your ass. At that point, sex is over. You done messed it up. Okay, it's over. He done went to sleep. Okay, you done did 10 things. He tired now.
Oh my goodness.
King Kong Ding Dong went to bed. There you go.
So we talk about in and out, and we, you know, like we said, there are things reserved for that mate, right? For that exclusive, for that person, for that husband, for that wife.
Mm-hmm.
So in that, and we talked about platonic relationships, like, hey, it's kind of hard if y'all attractive, you got that energy, you already know what's going to happen. Now you got to figure out if you're still going to be friends. What about this whole friends with benefits? Like, I know that was a big thing for us. Is it still a thing? Is it real? Or do you think it's people avoiding a committed relationship? What are your thoughts on that?
It's like the sneaky link go hand in hand in a way. Because, you know, the sneaky link, with my interpretation of it, we ain't doing friends with benefit too much. Because friends with benefits, you're still going out and doing, dating things, but you're not in a relationship. Sneaky link, we going straight to the point. You know what I mean? We doing what we gotta do. So, to me, you can definitely have a friend with benefits, but be clear as to where you are with that situation. Because one of you may think you're friends with benefits, and one of you may think, we're working towards a potential relationship. So if they know and you're not on the same page, you got to cut it off. And I have had to do that because I'm on one page and this person on another page. And yes, I do like you, but potentially you are trying to find a wife now, and I'm dating. So because I'm dating, you want to meet this lady right now and marry her tomorrow. I'm not her. You know what I mean? I got to get to know you. And then you will find her, because so many women want to marry you tomorrow, but it just wouldn't be me. So
I love that.
It's fine.
And that, just being honest about what it is, I had a conversation just today, and basically it went this way. I can't be upset with you because I got the game effed up, right? If I got the game effed up, I got to then go back and read the playbook. I got to go back and I got to make the adjustment. Because sometimes, especially in those friends with benefit situations, it don't always have to be, the person you're getting sex from. It might be the person that you are venting about your other situation, whatever.
Yes.
Sometimes you get that level of comfortability and then expectations from people.
True.
And so I'm saying this to anybody that might be like, yo, you're right. I tripped and slipped and fell into some feelings. Let me go back to the playbook. I can't be mad at the player. Game messed up, right?
And you know what? That's true, because sometimes men and women, men are guilty of this too. We underestimate the player. Baby. And when we went into the bedroom, we thought the player was going to be just normal, average, and we like, wait a minute, I like this. I want this all the time. Nobody else can have this. Wait a minute, but we just came in and this is where we were. Now you want the relationship,
honey,
or something that wasn't supposed to be there.
Wasn't supposed to
underestimated the player.
The player, and got yourself played. And got played. Okay. Now
you got played. You got played. You got played. But you can play that game. Which one is it?
Carly, what about this new thing called kissing besties? Females who have another female from time to time, they hook up. They do other regular friend things, and but they like to please each other every now and then from time to time. The first time I heard about this this situation isn't awkward. I was in an awkward situation because I was getting my Brazilian done.
Ooh.
When I heard about it, and my esthetician and I were talking about, there was a meme going around about why women like to get their Brazilians and stuff. And they were saying how many people have inappropriate then relationships after the Brazilian, right? With their service provider.
We calling it a happy thing? Is that what we calling it?
Girl, they call it messy. But Carly, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't believe kissing besties is new. I think back over the older women that I've known in our families and church. And you say, dang, Miss Margaret and Miss Alma, they are so close. Both their husbands died 30 years ago. They ain't never brought another man around here. I don't believe it's a new concept.
It's
I
not.
think it's a lot more.
Mind your business.
Oh.
Nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. They minded their business back in the day.
They ain't kissing you. You want to be kissed?
They knew what it was.
Mind your business. Let them kiss. They ain't messing with you.
But I will say, if you are not into that, be honest with your homegirl.
Absolutely.
Because how my provider and I started talking about it was, that ain't me, sis. So if that's a service that you providing, I'm good. I want to do the butterfly, get my front and my back done, pay you the $60, $70, and I want to skadoot. And so just be honest, because there are some legitimate best friends. And then there are some women who don't want to deal with their traumas. And so you become everything to them. You become best friend, you become partner, you become sexual outlet. And at the end of the day, those situations always have a messy, messy ending. So if someone wants to be a kissing bestie with you and you ain't for it, just draw the line in the sand.
Yeah, I mean, just draw the line in the sand if that's not what you're into. If you're into it, so be it. You know what I mean? So many relationships, male on male, male on female, however it goes, has materialized into something that we like, how the hell we get here? You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's whatever you choose to do, whatever your comfort level is. That's you, and that's fine. But if you're not into that, be honest. Don't bring a person into that thinking that you might be, and they are, because it's not fair to them. Because they're feeling you, but you just testing the waters. If you're not into women, if you're not into men, move on. If you're into that, welcome it. But don't test the waters and hurt someone's feelings. Because that's a horrible thing to do. However it goes, whatever your choice is. Because I'm for it all, God dang on. You go and do you and have a good time. Mind your business. But if you're not into it, be clear. Let them know, you know, I'm not into it. And it's all good. You're not going to lose a friendship over it, hopefully. But you might have been leading them on. You might have did some things that wasn't okay. But communication is number one. Just move on with it. You know?
When they say it's nothing like a sister wife, though. And so is the sister wife thing the same thing as the kissing besties? That's two different things.
You're bringing on a whole new segment, sis.
All right, Renee, that's the next one. That's the next one.
Another time.
That's another time.
How you gonna bring sister wife? Girl, somebody say sex so I can drink.
Oh my goodness.
How you gonna bring sister wives?
Look, I'm just trying to get the news and resources about this situation, relationships, so I know what it is. Look, hey, if I don't know, I don't know. And I want to know how I'm supposed to move, because I done got caught out here coming out of these relationships too often, and I don't want to have to be chaperoned this when I go out. So I need to know the rules of the game. Okay,
absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is be clear. I've had men that are interested in men talk to me about so many things. Men are interested in women talk to me. So men, whatever gamut of life you're into, I've had them all talk to me about stuff, and I'll be like, because I'm learning. I'm like, oh my goodness. So even though I'm Sexpert, I'm still in training, because I'm learning so much about premenopausal women and menopausal women and how they need certain products, because their bodies are changing. It's like your vagina, you be like, hey girl, wait a minute, why we ain't acting right? We not acting right. We not flowing right. So we going through our own gamuts of that. I've actually had a conversation with a gentleman who said he believes that some men penises are designed differently. I said, "Ooh, let me look this up." And they straight shooters, and they have a multitude of children. Because if you think about it, some men can't have as many kids as others. I'm like, oh, it's so many pieces to sex. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Now other people be like, I wouldn't have talked about that. I'm like, oh, I'm so engaged. I want to know, because one day men will get to a part where they're not working properly. Their body, they're like, dang, I'm not getting hard like I need to. Do I need to start popping a pill? I'm early age, but you've been drinking, drugging, and doing the most, and now your body is not being your friend anymore. It's not cooperating.
And
the girl
alcohol
sitting
will affect erection, erectile
alcohol,
dysfunction,
medication,
yeah, all
drugs,
of that
all
stuff.
of that affects everything. And you got to know your partner. After a while, gotta know. Gotta know.
And poverty always affects my vagina. It just does. It's worse than menopause or
Um,
premenopause. Baby, if these bills not being taken care of,
you know what?
if you in here and you're not covering the
I'm
bills,
gonna
and
need you to go
it's the
pee.
truth. It's anybody that know me. And anybody that's ever dated me out in the world, go ahead, drop the comments. You're
Go
gonna
pee,
if the
Tori.
bill's not paid,
Go
things
pee.
not
Go pee.
it don't flow. I'm telling
We
you.
got the agreements coming in. Gwennae is just said sex. She said if it don't, it's dry up.
It
Yes,
just
Oh
absolutely.
God.
Well,
baby.
she said
Well,
poverty.
he got some non-negotiable too. Some of them, if you ain't giving head, they dry up too. So if you ain't producing the opening of the mouth, you may not get things paid. So I mean, ladies, open it up for the exclusive if that's what you are with it.
That
You
that
know
now
what I
that
mean?
is
But
true.
come on now, you can't expect nothing if you ain't giving nothing.
Well, listen, a happy Tory, baby, tell a hell of a story, okay?
Broke people deserve.
No, I know that's right. Said
I'm
Carly.
telling
Come on, Carly.
you,
Said
Carly,
Carly.
you going to the bathroom with Tori. Both of y'all bye. Broke people.
Well, look.
Broke people deserve love too. They trying to get it together.
I believe if you
Mind your
broke, you
business.
can't even
Mind
get
your
to the love,
business.
because if you broke, you can't even be dating. So how do you ever even get to the love? Because if you
Mind
broke, how
your
you dating?
business. They trying to get it together.
How you dating?
It was
Every
a
time
broke
you
person
empty
that
house
bought that.
can't be, I'm
See,
home,
this is
I'm
good.
here, you
And
can come over
what?
here.
This done made
No,
him
that's
rich.
not what's happening.
Listen,
He don't need a job. That's his job. This is his job.
it was a broke person that bought that $20 cock ring.
You know what?
We need a little passive income so we can buy the tools and buy the things. I'm just going to go ahead and say that.
And then couldn't get it off. It was stuck together. Because if you buy them cheap ones, that rubber, you can't last. It's a one and done situation. It's a one and done situation with them $20 ones. One and done situation. I'm just saying.
You don't get it. Have fun with it. Vibrators. Come on now.
We have had a ball tonight. We done forgot the time. Thank you everybody for sticking with us, for being here. We have totally enjoyed. And I'm just saying, we not even gonna get to the key segment tonight, but you can go and answer the question that we had. We had the question of the day. You can go to our YouTube channel. We here on our YouTube. We on Facebook. But you go to Facebook and you can go to Instagram and you can answer our key question of the day. And so we were asking, do you think flirting is cheating if you're in a committed relationship? So you can go ahead, you can drop your answers here now. And then you can go over to our Instagram and Facebook page to answer that. Because we don't want to go too long, and we want you all to get Yummy's information so you know how to get in touch with her, so you know how to get those toys that you're gonna need after this conversation.
Toys. Thank you, ladies. I enjoyed you. I didn't even realize we was having this much fun. I missed you, ladies, so much. I missed you guys.
We love you. We love you.
So check out Yummy and let's do this.
Tell us one product that you recommend anybody who is just getting into the toy pleasure world, something that you just stamp and stand by.
I'm gonna tell you, I actually enjoy the Allure. Now this is 100. This is, look how pretty she is. She's beautiful.
Oh, I had that. I gotta get.
Oh yes, I would recommend her. She's 120. Now this is for one that, you know what? Hello. Get this one. You're not gonna go wrong with her. She lights up. She pretty. She pretty. Get her, because you ain't gonna go wrong with her. Now you gotta invest in some fun, some real fun. I would definitely go for the Allure for sure. Hands down, is a great seller of ours. We got the Young Miami for the couples to play with the remotes and put it in your panties and run around crazy. I mean, so many things. But I just want you guys to know, have fun out there. Be safe out there. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This has been great. Guys, if you want to connect with me, find me on social media, all platforms. It's Tori Rose the Connector. Kiana, how can we find you?
You can find me at Kiana B. Jones on all social media platforms. And you can find the Connected Corner on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, type in the Connected Corner, hit the subscribe button, and then make sure you hit the bell because we'll be back next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so you want to make sure because we're bringing you the news and resources you can
actually use. Thank you guys. Stay tuned, stay connected. We appreciate y'all and enjoy this Fat Tuesday.
Yeah.
Have
Sex-Esteem, sex, don't be drunk.
Peace. See y'all
Good
next
night. Peace.
Good night.